Hey boys and girls, welcome to another super exciting, outrageous toy review. Today, we're taking a look at my top 5 favorite Masters of the Universe figures from the year 1982. Masters of the Universe, sometimes better known as HeMan, was a really cool toy line made by Mattel in the 1980s. It started out in 1982 with a small line of figures, and today, I want to show off my 5 favorite figures. I did take a poll with a few of my toy collecting friends, so I did get other people's input on this, but basically this list is my opinion. And if you disagree with me, that's cool. Leave a comment in the description down below. Let me know who you think's the number 1 figure. In the 5th place spot for the 1982 Masters of the Universe line, I've got Merman, the Lord of the Oceans. This guy is basically Aquaman, but he's actually a fish. He can talk to fish, he can talk to squids, he can talk to whales. Can hold his breath for a long period of time. He comes with a sword that looks like a corn cob. Eat your vegetables, boys and girls! And he's also got a goofy bow tie there at the bottom of his armor. All picking on Merman aside, Merman is a really powerful looking fish monster. He's got a crazy face with those orange rings around his eyes, and like pretty much all the Masters of the Universe figures, he's got his awesome Powermatic Punch to battle against the heroes to become the Masters of the Universe. With not having bracers or boots or even a painted belt, Merman's got some of the fewest paint apps out of all the 1982 Masters figures. In the number 4 spot, we've got Beastman, another one of Skeletor's minions. Beastman is like the land version of Merman. Beastman can talk to and control the animals of the woods and the jungle and the forests. And so he can control all kinds of crazy monsters on Eternia. Unlike Merman's goofy face, Beastman is much more savage looking. Beastman comes with his collar armor piece here. He should have a shoulder pad like this on each side, but my figure's not complete. And he also came with a whip accessory. It's a little black cone with a string hanging out of it. Not the most exciting accessory, but Beastman's one of those figures that looks powerful and looks ferocious and could take HeMan in a fight maybe even without his whip. What kind of animal has blue fur for Beastman to make his furry shorts out of? Beastman has some nice paint details on his face, with his teeth and most of his skin being painted white, and the blue tribal markings under his eyes. In the number 3 spot, we've got Manatarms. This is one of the first Masters of the Universe characters to sort of embrace the technology side of that Eternian universe. Most of the characters are savage barbarian warriors, but it was always infused with some of these crazy techno bits, like some of the vehicles we got. And Man-at-Arms' armor definitely has a little bit of that techno feel. Little steampunky kind of stuff going on for a sword and sorcery world. He has a pretty intense face, no mustache of course because the figure was designed before the cartoon show. He's got a nice two-tone paint scheme on his helmet, and he just comes with a lot of cool accessories with all the armor and his club. Man-at-Arms comes with his chest armor, an arm guard, and a shin guard, and of course he has his trusty mace. It's a little bit undersized, I feel, but it's not too bad. Along with the paint apps on his head, Man-at-Arms features a painted belt, furry shorts, and the boots. I always wondered what the designers were thinking with the green skin. It's clearly supposed to be like a jumpsuit or something like that, but it would have been nice if they painted his hands so it looked like it stopped at those bracers, just because it's a little odd that he's in like a one-piece unitard kind of thing. Before we move on to the next figure, I do want to complain for a quick second about these open hands. Every single one of the first-year figures has their hand open, so they can't hold an accessory with that hand. What a waste. It really is a shame when you have battling toys that they can't hold 2 different weapons. They can't, steal somebody else's weapon or use the Castle Grayskull weapon pack to have 2 weapons. It just baffles my mind with these figures. In the number 2 spot, we've got the most powerful man in the universe, HeMan. My HeMan's in rough shape. He looks fine when he's seated on Battle Cat, but the mechanism that gives him his Powermatic Punch is shot, the spring inside him, and his rubber bands are really loose in his legs, so this is the best pose I could get him in. HeMan is an awesome figure. He's an iconic figure. People recognize him at a glance. Even if he's one of the only characters they recognize from Masters of the Universe, people know who HeMan is. This figure has an amazing sculpt. The muscles know no bounds. Now, while his chest and arms are shared with some of the other characters, there's just something about the bare-chested figure that just really shows off the muscles and makes him seem more ripped than everybody else. And that face sculpt, it's such a great mix of ferocity, but also tenderness. You know he's a good guy, even though he's clearly a savage warrior. It's amazing how they were able to build that into him. He-Man's got that iconic blonde hair, an orange painted belt, and deep red furry underpants and boots. What else makes the most powerful man in the universe one of the coolest figures in this toy line? Well, he comes with the most weapons. He-Man has his shield, the only weapon in the 82 line that could be held in the open hand. He has a battle axe, which was actually supposed to be his main weapon. And he has the power sword. Let's switch him over to the battle axe. My battle axe handle's a little wavy. So here's He-Man with his battle axe and his shield. And the original story idea was that he and Skeletor were going to be fighting over the halves of the power sword so they could combine them together to unlock Castle Grayskull. So that way they could reveal the secrets. He-Man then went through sort of a story rewrite when the cartoon was being formed, and it was decided that the sword was the secret to He-Man's power. And he would hold it aloft and say, "By the power of Grayskull, I have the power!" and transform into He-Man. Making the sword important, the axe became basically worthless because he didn't use it in the cartoon show at all. In fact, Skeletor is the only person that uses an axe like this in the cartoon show, and he didn't come with an axe. I didn't mention it on any of the other figures, but they pretty much all have the same type of armor with the straps in the back, and this little strap back here was perfect for stowing extra weapons. Again, a reason why it would be great for them to be able to use two hands, because, you know, it's fun to have them stow weapons on their back, but it'd be great to have him wielding the sword and the axe at the same time. Maybe not practical, but it's fun. And number 1, we've got Skeletor. He-Man! Of course, if He-Man wasn't number 1, you had to know it was going to be Skeletor. And I think the Skeletor figure is just so amazing. Look at that face. If a green and yellow skull wearing a hood isn't the face of evil to you, I don't know what is. This figure is fantastic. Skeletor has blue skin, dark purple boots, black furry underpants, a purple chest armor with bone details on it and bat wings, and a purple loincloth belt piece. He's amazing. He comes with a ram head havoc staff and the other half of the power sword. This is the ultimate 1982 He-Man and the Masters of the Universe action figure. Just check out the detail on that havoc staff. And of course, Skeletor has his half of the power sword. At last, with the two halves of the power sword, the secrets of Castle Grayskull will be mine. In the comments down below, let me know who you think should have beat out Merman for that 5th spot. Thanks for watching this super exciting, outrageous toy review. Make sure to like, subscribe, and check out our other vintage toy content here on SEO Toy Review.